Where'd you find it?
In the various cabinets that we have that have been housing junk since the early 80s. So
Was that what brought me yesterday was the mouse?
No, I actually spent like an hour last night in here just unplugging everything, reinstalling all the drivers, and it seemed to work. So whatever I did, fixed it. All right, Jenny, here we go.
All right.
You're listening to the Grow Clinton podcast. Grow Clinton is a 501c6 nonprofit economic community development and tourism organization based in Clinton, Iowa. For more information, visit growclinton.com. Again, that's growclinton.com. Now, back to the show. Hello, everybody in Clinton, Iowa, and the surrounding area. Welcome to another episode of the Grow Clinton podcast. This is episode 111, 111, recorded on this day, the 6th of May, 2025. I am your host, Andy Sokolovich, as always, joined by Jenny Home from our office. Jenny, how you doing?
I'm doing good. And today, everything's going to go great.
Yesterday was a hardcore Monday.
Whoa.
Nothing seemed to work. Our cameras didn't work. We were having issues with the audio. It's like little gnomes come in here at night and tinker with my stuff, and I don't like it. But I spent about an hour last evening uninstalling everything, replugging every cable, wire, jack, and started it up from scratch, and it seemed to have worked.
After hour duties.
Yep. So
Wow.
Fingers crossed. But you know what never fails?
Miles Communications.
That's right, folks. High-speed internet provided by Miles Communications. Fiber coming to your house or your commercial business. Be sure to check them out on milestelephone.com. Again, that's milestelephone.com for all your high-speed internet needs. Also offering television and telephone services. Whether you're a small neighborhood looking to speed up your capacity to produce high-speed internet, or you're a large commercial business that requires internet to do business each and every day, milestelephone.com. Plus, they're local right there in Miles, Iowa. You can't beat it. Great show today, Jenny.
I know it, but I think these two here are surprised at how legit we are.
Why?
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like that, huh?
Yeah.
You like that.
Very impressed.
This is episode 111. We're polished by now. I would like to go
polished.
back and listen to episode like 2 or 3 and see how that one
You got the
sounded.
push button prompt.
That might have been the one that I was on. Let's not do
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
So today we're talking to Clinton Mayor Scott Maddasion. You know him, you love him, and Parks and Rec Director Mustacheless, so not like Parks and Rec the show. Josh Eggers are in the house to talk about Tailgate N Tallboys, a country music festival right here in Clinton's beautiful riverfront. It's going to be the 5th, 6th, and 7th. Is that accurate this year?
Yeah.
We're going to be discussing a buy one, get one ticket offer. So, gentlemen, whichever one of you wants to lead off, what can we expect for this year's 2025 Tailgate N Tallboys?
Well, let's just talk a little bit about the festival in general before we talk about the special. So June 5, 6, and 7 this year. You're going to start Wednesday night, though, on the 4th with the pre-party at the Wild Rose Casino
Nice.
with Lakeview. So that they were here last year on the main stage. Great act. They'll be awesome to see. Thursday night, Whiskey Myers.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, they're going to be amazing. It's going to be great. Friday night, you got Riley Green as a headliner. You have Ella Langley supporting them. And I put them together because she just won ACM.
New female artist.
Yeah.
Wow.
Their singles, What You Look Like You Love Me. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I think you can
It's a
sing
duet.
that.
My wife's band actually
Yeah.
does that, and my wife's been begging me
Mhm.
to sing the male lead part, and I'm
Let
a
you
little
up on
nervous about
stage.
it.
Maybe
When
When
let
it
you on
comes to
stage.
speaking in front of a large group, no problem, but when it comes to flexing the old pipes and singing,
That surprises
I
me
don't
a
know
little
about
bit.
that.
I'm
I think-
surprised.
I think "Weren't for the Wind" is her new song right now. It's
Yeah.
getting ready to play all over.
Awesome.
It's awesome.
And I highlight them because they do have 2 songs together. And it's going to be a great night having those folks there, both of them. And then Saturday, special day because we have 5 artists instead of 4. So
Woo.
let's look for the calendar. It's going to start early, right? We're going to have an extra main stage act. And then you're going to have Jason Aldean, who's making his return to Clinton.
yeah,
Played here in
Yes.
2005.
Yeah.
And he'll be hitting the main stage. He was on the band show last time, so it'll be a little bit different for him this time. I'm sure he remembers the show here in 2005, right?
you,
Well, yeah.
want to think they remember these things,
It sounds
right?
like
But
he
they-
went out and about on the town when he was done.
I heard.
Oh yeah,
I heard
he
that-
did.
he was up at Lions Tap.
Yeah.
I heard.
Maybe he'll do that again this year.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. So obviously going to be a great weekend. Always praying that the weather is going to be outstanding. Year one was outstanding. Year two, we had a little shaky on a couple days.
It was
but
fine.
It was all right. So, that's going to be a good weekend, and we're ready to roar. It's going to be fun.
Now, Josh, this concert series is not created and doesn't come through to fruition without a lot of sweat equity and hands on deck. What's it look like from your department at Parks and Rec?
Pretty busy, just keeping communications. I mean, because we've got 50 plus sponsors, so making sure that they're taken care of. You got all their information. You can get their assets delivered to them. Making sure you got their logos, making sure you got their videos, making sure you got their tickets, their parking passes. A lot goes into just that alone. And then there's behind the scenes stuff. We have to feed the production team. We have to feed the security team. So trying to get people to trade out for tickets on that, and a lot of community support in the community has really done a great job helping make that easier for us. But just planning, police, fire, public works, the MTA does a shuttle service, making sure the airport's ready in case an artist does fly in. Road closures, barricade closures, press releases, just really trying to make sure that all those T's are crossed and I's are dotted. It really is all hands on deck.
Now, what have you learned year one, year two, now we're in year three? What are some of your takeaways from the previous 2 years?
My takeaways are, you would think it should be just wash, rinse, repeat. And a lot of it is, but a lot of it isn't. It just seems like things always come up. So we've learned to be resilient. We've learned to be patient and just roll with it, because you can only control our side of the partnership, right? So we are based here. Scott and I are here. Our teams are here. We can work with them and our sponsors day in and day out. But the festival folks, they're in Peoria. They've got a partner in Nashville. So just trying to, blend all those resources together and trying to figure who the right point person is for certain points of contact, especially year three with Peachtree coming on board with USA Concerts. They're very large in this industry. They do several, I think you said a few hundred shows a year.
So now Peachtree, not to interrupt, is a marketing firm?
They're a promoter,
PR?
just like
Promoter?
USA
Okay.
Concerts, just a larger version. So they've got a lot of resources, but they've got a marketing division, a sponsor division. They've got a booking division, talent procurement, all the different things. So just for us, trying to figure out who do we need to get this information to, or where do I need to get this information from? Sorry, I just hit my microphone. But yeah, just trying to figure your way through that is a challenge. But it's great to have resources. It's just trying to put all the puzzle pieces together.
One thing that I'm sorry.
No, go, Jenny.
One thing that I'm really impressed with always is that the 2 years that it's been here, large crowds, in the way your team works with the police department and all the emergency services to make sure everything goes well. And we really haven't had any trouble.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think from our perspective, we talked about this year one, Josh and I, and then Matt, city administrator as well, and the police chief and the fire chief. Then we talked about having that presence there, and we didn't care what uniform you see, whether it's police, fire, sheriff's department. We wanted people to feel secure, and then every time you turn, we want you to see a uniform. So one, if you needed something, they're there, and then also we wanted to keep the shenanigans at a small level. Just come, have some fun, party, have a good time, and then safely go home and come back the next day and do it again.
Well, it worked. I mean, because when we've been down there, anytime you see somebody in a uniform, they're smiling and helpful, and it's a really great experience.
I'm sure you've all been to festivals or large gatherings or places where things aren't always above the board there, and that was not something we wanted here. We did not want to be known for that in Clinton. The USA Concerts does not want to be known for that as well. They want everything to be safe. They want you to be able to bring your kids if you want to. You want to bring your kids to come see Riley Green, and let's do it, right?
Great
and
job.
you're going to be in a good environment.
Yeah,
I think that's a good point,
job.
because it is very kid friendly, and there are those that are going to sprint right to the front gate. They want to be right at the front of the stage, and then it kind of tapers off as you go. So even if I'm not into crowds or I want to bring my kids, there's areas in the back that you can easily separate yourself. You still got a great view of the show. You're going to hear the artist. I mean, these speaker towers are massive. They're like 20 feet tall. Sorry, my hands, guy. I keep bumping. They're like 20
It's like
feet
you're
tall.
from Jersey or something. Hey.
We brought kids with us the first year, and that's the absolute truth. There was so much room for us to run around, still heard the music, and it was really family friendly.
That's awesome.
Now, Mayor Scott, as an elected official, how has this process been over the course of 3 years? This was kind of a brainchild that you had in the beginning of, was it your first term or halfway through your first term?
Yeah, it kind of started right at the beginning. Probably the second year of my first term is when we started that, I think. Right after, right in that range.
And I commend you because, people are often scared of a little thing called change. And you campaigned on bringing back something like Riverboat Days, but newer, exciting, and you made through with that promise. And I'm very excited about the success that we've experienced so far. Now, what lessons have you learned over the course of 3 years of doing this as the mayor?
Well, I think the first start is we're not always going to agree. Obviously, you learn that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was taking a giant leap of faith, right? On a lot of things, and Josh can attest to that. I mean, we went through the process though, and that's what we did. We first talked, we kind of brainstormed, we had some ideas. We took it to the Park and Rec Advisory Board. We did a presentation to them that has citizens on it. We got that approved. We brought it to council. We got that approved. And then we've kind of run with this, Josh and I, and we've worked on it. I thought at the beginning we were going to need this big team of people, like a committee to run this whole thing, maybe 7, 8, 9 people. And it turns out that Josh and I have been able to manage it ourselves, so to speak. We obviously have a lot of help throughout the city, but I just kind of learned that this is a very large undertaking as well. You think about the past, or you think about other festivals, and you think it's really easy to do this, but it's really not. And then also just the support that the citizens have given to this event, I think is extremely important as well. Cause we're going on the limb at the beginning here, and then to get the feedback that we've gotten, it shows that I feel, and I think I can speak for Josh, that we've done the right thing. We brought something awesome to Clinton. We brought something different. We did something outside of the norm of what Clinton would normally do. And I'm extremely proud of this.
Yeah. Speaking of supporting locals, Josh, do you want to talk about the buy one, get one offer?
Yes, absolutely. So USA Concerts in partnership with Grow Clinton, and thank you guys for doing that. We are doing a 1 week buy one, get one. When you go to the website, Tailgate N Tallboys, go to the Clinton tab, go to tickets, and you can see all of the different packages that you can purchase. There's a 4-pack bundle. There's a single-day GA, 3-day GA, but there's also one that is specifically listed for the buy one, get one. Go to that particular tab, put in the number of half the number of tickets you need. So if you needed 6 tickets, for example, put in 3, put in promo code GROW, all caps. I think there's graphics.
GROW, promo code GROW.
Yep, the graphics are out there everywhere on Facebook. There's a QR code. Go to that particular tab, and it will replicate that ticket order when you go to the checkout. So if you put in 3, you'll see 3 tickets with the price for each, and then you'll see 3 tickets that are free, and then you'll check out. So basically, if you bought 6 tickets right now, it'd be just shy of $100 a ticket. So if you were ever hesitant about getting on board for this thing, if you thought the ticket pricing was too high, this is your chance to experience it between now and May 11th. So we encourage you guys to do that. We understand that there will be those that say, well, we already bought our tickets. That's not fair. This is just a campaign. It's just a chance to try to generate more ticket sales. I mean, we're 30 days out as of today, as a matter of fact. So businesses run promos and deals and specials all the time. This is no different. We're just trying to generate more excitement, try to get locals and regional people involved in this festival to show up and support it, because we're on year 3 of a 3-year contract. If we can't get our own backyard to support it, I mean, this thing, it could go away, right? So we don't want to do that. We don't want that to happen. So we are definitely trying new things to try to generate that interest and get people to the festival.
So just recap, go to tailgateandtallboys.com.
Yep.
Click on Clinton.
Go to Clinton.
Tickets.
Go to tickets.
And then there is a ticket selection option.
Correct.
That says buy one, get one.
Correct. Yep.
And then the keyword or the discount word is GROW, GROW.
Correct.
All caps.
All caps.
Yep. And then when you go to checkout, that's where your 3 additional tickets, or if you're buying 1 ticket, the second ticket will be there in that checkout area for you.
Okay. What are we doing for any difference in parking this year?
No, parking is the same. All the lots are the same. The only minor shift we did have was we took Hawthorne camping and made it all tent camping instead of RV. So we shifted all of that out to Lincoln Way. So we've got the main festival camping. You've got North Lot B, which is right by the pony fields, North Lot A, which is right by the boat overflow area by the RV campground, the electric RV campground, the marina is now a campground, and that secondary lot, Hawthorne, is tent, and then Lincoln Way is RV, and then the shuttle service, which I even say if you live in Clinton and you don't want to deal with the downtown after or before the show, you can park there. I think it's $30 for the weekend. You will have the MTA for free, deliver you right to the front door, pick you up at the end of the show, and bring you back to your car out in Lincoln Way. So you can avoid a lot of that downtown traffic.
Super convenient.
It really is.
Very
Mhm.
convenient, very smooth.
And that's what people said last year too. They were surprised at how much, how little congestion there truly was. I mean, granted, right after the show, you're going to have a little bit as people are trying to get out, but it wasn't near as bad as I think people originally in their mind had it that it was going to be.
Any issues regarding some of the construction we have going on right now that'll be through the concert 5th, 6th, and 7th, i.e. the closure of the North Bridge?
The bridge is going to be really the only thing that I think is probably going to be a hassle. So if you're coming from out of town or, you know, Fulton or wherever, right, in the local area, you need to make sure that you're probably coming a little sooner, just so that you can get across that bridge, because we don't know what traffic will look like in that. So I think that's the biggest thing to highlight, is that. Other than that, I don't think manufacturing drive and bluff will really affect too much.
No.
Most people, if they're coming from out of town, will be coming in on the highways
Mhm.
right there. Locally, obviously, that's going to affect us for the next 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
So we should be used to it by now. It's been a couple months,
The
right?
thing about traffic, I mean, with something like this, is just be cool. It's, you know, you're going to a concert that you can expect stuff
Yeah.
like that and adapt.
I've
Yeah.
never had an issue.
No,
I've been
not
at
once.
Tailgate N Tallboys for the last 2 years, and then obviously going into third.
Mm-mm.
I've never had an issue accessing the event area.
I've
Not
never,
at all.
I've never seen the traffic.
It's not.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
Josh and I live down there from like 7 a.m. on Wednesday until
I mean, even on,
7 a.m.
even
on
on
Sunday.
2nd Street, it's not
Yeah.
not bad. It's
No.
just there's a little bit of congestion as you get closer to the venue, but
mhm.
The
It's all
flow of
worked
traffic-
out.
Yeah, flow of traffic has been good. I think
Yeah.
the police department does a great job with traffic controls after the show, before the show. So I mean,
Yeah.
and a lot of that is intentional, right? It's just well laid plans that have been taken, you know, now year 3 to kind of to hone in on.
Yeah.
So
I think it's important to note too, since we're talking about traffic flow and everything, that the layout is the same as year 2. So you're going to be coming in on 6th Avenue North there. And that's where everything's going to come in, right on that lot there. So
That worked really well.
nothing
Mhm.
changed on the layout side of things as far as where the stage is and how you're coming in. So I think it's important to note that too, that did not change. It'll be the same.
Josh, which performer are you most excited to see?
well, probably Ella Langley. That song "Weren't for the Wind" is really, really good.
Yeah.
And "Paint the Town Blue" is one of my favorites as well. But Wyatt Flores is another great one. Graham Barham, I think, is going to shock a lot of people. They're going to hear his songs and be like, "Oh my
At
gosh,
2:00 on Saturday.
Yeah, I know these songs." Like, that's what sometimes people don't understand, is you may not know the name of the artist, but when you hear their song, you know exactly what song.
Yeah, I
they're
just
talking
heard I
about.
was cruising out to Muscatine last weekend for my son's baseball tournament, and I heard what's his first name? Adcock is his last
Gavin.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard him on country radio,
Yeah.
and that song, I can't remember the name of it. It was the first time I heard it, but I was impressed.
Probably
And then
Run Your Mouth. Is that what it was?
I can't remember what it was, but then I looked at the lineup for Tailgate N Tallboys, and I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
that's him. That's awesome. And obviously, I've been a huge Whiskey Myers fan for a long time. I mean, even before they had their single featured on
Yellowstone.
that's where they really kind of blew up after that. But they got a cool song out there called Frogman. It's about
Yeah.
Navy SEAls. It's legit.
really?
It's
It's
pretty
a
cool.
great
That
song.
is good.
Yeah.
It's a good hard hitting song. I listen to it in my morning walks, gets me going.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to go back in time and try to become a Navy SEAL.
You know, Gavin Adcock was actually also nominated for New Male Artist of the Year. He didn't win, but he was nominated. So I mean, there's 2 of your direct supports that are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's CMAs this weekend? Is that
No, it's the same weekend as
CMAs?
or that's CMA Fest. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
I'm
think-
amazed at the talent that comes, you know. And the first year I remember, you know, my family getting a hold of me and saying, "Is this right? You guys are getting Tailgate N Tallboys there?" Yep.
Yeah.
They couldn't
Yeah.
believe it, you know. And so people were just coming to
Yeah.
town for that. They thought that was
Yeah.
great.
Gavin Adcock is who I'm
Yeah.
most excited to see. His new song he put out, I think last week, it's called On One. It had
That's the one.
a million streams.
That's the one.
A million streams the first day.
Yeah.
I mean, he's popular.
Wow.
You might not hear him all over the radio, but he is popular. That people know him, and apparently his show is pretty rowdy. So
All right. Well,
yeah.
kudos to you two for making this happen for a third year. We appreciate the community support. Also, if you're a business out there, this is a great opportunity to get creative. No matter if you're offering a product or a service or whatever, understand that there's going to be an influx of people coming to our community to take part in Tailgate N Tallboys. Now, what I do is I charge you with the opportunity to sit down and reflect and come up with some ideas on how you're going to reach that audience. It's not if we build it, they will come type of scenario. Just because you exist does not mean you're going to be able to drive traffic. So get creative. Think about some outside the box advertising. How are you going to motivate people that are visitors to come and enjoy what you offer at your business? Several in the community do an amazing job at that, especially a lot of our watering holes, the bars that are down along 2nd Street and 200 block 5th Avenue South. They do some great work there.
Yep, agreed.
So, Jenny,
Yes,
do you have your cowboy hat and boots
I'm
ready?
always ready.
You're always.
I'm
Do you
always
have
ready for this.
bedazzled jeans? Do you
Yes,
have,
I do. What do you
so
mean?
here's the thing. I did not know that the sparkly jeans were like a thing.
Oh, they're such a thing.
But I went to a horse fair
Yes.
and in Wisconsin, in Madison.
Mm-hmm.
I almost need to wear my sunglasses in
Yeah.
the venue. There was so much bling on these young ladies' jeans.
Oh yeah,
It was like intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you have to have that Western wear.
you do, but you can take the young off, and I'll just be a lady wearing sparkly jeans.
Although I do examine my daughter before she walks out of the house
You
for
have
Tailgate
to.
N Tallboys, because
Yeah.
I want to make sure she's dressed appropriately.
Mhm.
Agreed. I father 3 daughters. I
yeah.
know exactly
No,
what
and
you
you know
It's-
when you're getting old, because my Steve will look at somebody who's scantily clad. I think they look good, and he'll go, "That looks cold." I don't think
put
that's
a jacket
right.
on.
don't
I
think
had
that's
that
right.
experience a few
Yeah.
years ago. I was in
Mhm.
Iowa City. My wife's band was playing at the airliner,
Yeah.
and it was like 10:30,
Mhm.
and I walked downstairs. If you ever been to the airliner in
Oh, yeah.
Iowa City downtown, they have a set of stairs that goes upstairs, and it might as well be a ladder. It's so steep. So I'm walking down, and I get outside, and there are these young ladies and this is in like January. It was my wife's when she worked at the University of Iowa Children's Hospital. It was their holiday party, wearing like napkins.
Yep.
And I was just sitting there thinking to myself, you must be so cold.
Right. Oh
You're
yeah.
going to catch pneumonia.
Mhm.
And that's where I knew
You
the
know,
switch was flipped.
It flipped. Mhm.
I was more concerned about their well-being.
Yes, that's right. And how they're getting home, and how can you be out drinking
especially
like that?
after
Yeah.
after you have a daughter, that changes everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Scotty, you got a kid on the way.
I do. Yeah.
You don't know the gender yet?
Nope.
Are you
We'll
gonna
find out.
You
We'll
are
find
gonna
out when it comes out.
Oh, you're waiting.
I love
We
that.
we never found out.
I love
Good
that.
for you.
I had a good friend of mine long before I'd even met my wife and wasn't even thinking about this. He was having their first child, and I asked him if they were going to find out, and he said, "There's only so many good surprises in life, and this is one of them. So
That's
don't
smart.
ruin it." And that just kind of stuck with me and resonated with me forever.
That's
Well,
a good
2 boys
point.
already.
2 boys, yeah.
Now your brother Nathan, they're all girls, right?
He has 3 girls, and then
Yeah.
Eric has 1 of each. But I told Morgan we could find out the gender of this baby, but if it was a girl, we had to name her Scotty. That was the rule. And she's like, "Nah, veto."
Yeah.
Vetoed that.
He likes to veto things at home.
The
She's
first,
like,
Oh.
first lady, the first lady has spoken.
yeah,
Right.
That's why you ran for mayor.
Yeah.
Like, dang it, if I'm
I
not
gotta
going to be
have
able
some
to have
power.
control at home.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, no, that's cool. So Tailgate N Tallboys, June 5th, 6th, and 7th. Tailgate and Tallboys, boys,
Yes.
right? .com, Clinton, tickets. Check out the BOGO offer. It'll be an option right there in front of your face on your screen. Use the keyword or promo code GROW, GROW, all capital letters. And remember that promo code is only good through close of business on the 11th,
May 11th. Yeah.
this coming Sunday. And then that's it. So buy your tickets now, folks. Now's the time to make sure that you have a ticket for one of the coolest concert series in the entire country, Tailgate N Tallboys 2025, right here in Clinton, Iowa. Jenny, you'll be there. I'll be there.
You know, it's all good music.
It's all good music. Looking forward to it. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to episode 111 of the Grow Clinton podcast this day, 6th of May, 2025. Special thank you to our sponsor, Miles Communications, offering high-speed fiber internet, milestelephone.com. You guys stay awesome. We'll talk to you soon. See you. Thank you for listening to the Grow Clinton podcast. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on all your socials. Until next time, see ya.
Oh, here I'm speaking in the microphone.
I know.